So let's look at some useful filing tips. Let's start with digital filing tips. This is especially important. Since this is a digital mess and not a physical mess, often you don't realize you have a problem until you have a problem. You don't feel the pain of a disorganized system until you can't find a document you need. So what do? Don't put files on your desktop. Your desktop is supposed to be clean and display that gorgeous, high-resolution wallpaper you've got going on. It should contain your trash or recycle bin and a couple of folders you need on a daily basis, not more. If you happen to do both work and personal tasks on your computer, you should create 2 folders to separate out your personal and business items. You could name them document/business or document/personal and go from there. Now, how you divide up your personal documents is mostly a matter of how you mentally divide up your life. Think about which chapters would you put on your life. You could go for family, travel, school, work, hobbies. I personally have a folder called Memories that includes all my photos and videos, for example. And then after that, they're divided by date. Subfolders are a huge benefit when trying to keep things organized. Within your main folder, you should have multiple categories of folders. And within those categories of folders, there should be more specific categories of folders. So when you're creating folders, think minimal. Most files and documents can fit somewhere in your hierarchy already if you've done a good job of initially mapping it out. Following a consistent naming convention. A hierarchical system is great and all, but if your files have random cryptic names, it's not going to do much good. Instead, establish a rule for naming each type of file so you can quickly tell what it contains. More on that now. Name your files and folders strategically. Make files easy to find. A key way to accomplish this is by putting some thought into how you name your folders and files. Just try to imagine the circumstance in which you'll need it and which words you're likely to use when trying to find it. Think about saving a homework assignment on your computer. Do you think homework.pdf is a good name? Probably not. Spanish homework.pdf is not any better. So when you're naming that homework assignment, think about how you might look for it. Maybe it's in your folder of school, your subfolder English, your subfolder homework, and then it's named according to what the name of your essay or your article is. For example, 2020, 1010, English essay homework number 7, Susan Meyer. Or alternatively, 2021, 09, 07, English essay on traveling by Mark Goodwin. If you're saving a presentation that you're doing in biology, it could be saved in school, biology, presentation, the cell structure. Or alternatively, in 2021, 0520, biology presentation on cell structure. So a good name would allow you to look at the files in a folder and right away see what each file is without opening it. So it would give you things you can use to search. 2 important tips that you need to use when you're sending a file to your teacher or upload it to a learning platform where your teacher is going to retrieve it. You need to put your name in the name of the file. Also, if you have more than one email address that both download in one email program, such as Outlook or iOS Mail, make sure you write your teacher from your professional one, which is usually first name, last name, and not some kind of nickname. Create shortcuts. Do you have a specific folder that you access all the time? So instead of always digging through your file structure to get to it, you can drag the folder to the Finder or File Explorer sidebar. This will create a shortcut directly to that folder and give you a one-click access. My tip is this feature is great for those folders you permanently need access to, but it is also excellent when you are working on a project. So drag your project folder to the sidebar while the project is going on, and you want quick access to it, but when you're done, you can just remove it, because the good thing about shortcuts is they are temporary. Deleting or archiving unnecessary files. Manage your files by deleting or archiving, because at some point in time, you're not going to need certain documents anymore. Think of keeping a file from 8 years ago, like an online train ticket or a boarding pass. This is just a waste of space. Minimize distractions. You should turn off all your email notifications. The sound it makes or the envelope popping up is very distracting. Instead, you should set 1 or 2 times a day where you actually check your emails and respond to emails, so you don't need notifications anymore. You won't believe how much time you'll save. Now let's have a look at tips on how to structure your analog system, such as your workspace and desk. First of all, organize your desktop. More about that in a bit. Label your trays and organizers on your desk. The back of the organizers should catch the eye. And again, don't call it miscellaneous. Keep your trays low. What does that mean? Don't put anything in there that you could easily get with some clicks online. You don't have to store everything. Don't store it away if it's not necessary to keep. Fill them up to a maximum of 80%. If your tray is 80% full, it means it is full. It's not fun to look through an overflowing folder. Be careful not to look at documents and then place them back on your desk. Make a decision for acting and then follow through. Of course, when this is not immediately possible, think through the next step and put the document there. It's not where you put it, but where you will look for it. Always think about your next step. Use sheet dividers in your folder. So instead of having 3 folders that are barely full, use dividers to separate your files in one folder. Decide on at least 1 day a year to declutter. We will go over the system of decluttering and you will see that it both affects your work and your mental state. You will see you will feel a lot more free once you tried it.